Hello, I'm David Hughes. Welcome to Your Perfect Body, the podcast of the Esoteric Teaching Community. Today's selection is an essay entitled How to Understand Kṛṣṇa. Here we continue our detailed study of the second chapter of Bhagavad-gita. At Arjuna's request, Kṛṣṇa has brought the chariot between the two armies. But when Arjuna sees all his relatives on the other side, ready to fight to the death over the succession of the kingdom, he loses heart and declares that he will not fight. Now, in the second chapter, Kṛṣṇa begins his reply. Klaibyam gamah partha, naitat tvayy upapadyate, ksudram hrdaya-daurbalyam, tyaktvottistha parantapa. O son of Prtha, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart, and arise, O chastiser of the enemy. Bhagavad-gita 2:3. Here, Bhagavan, Kṛṣṇa, is encouraging Arjuna, ksudram hrdaya-daurbalyam, conquer this weakness of heart. For a kshatriya, a great king and warrior like you, to speak like that, no, I cannot kill my kinsman, I am giving up my weapons. This is weakness, cowardice. Why are you doing all this nonsense? Ksudram hrdaya-daurbalyam. This kind of compassion, giving up your duty as a kshatriya, is simply weakness of heart. It has no meaning. Klaibyam gamah partha, naitat tvayy upapadyate. Especially for you. You are my friend. What will people say? So give up this weakness of heart, and uttishta, stand up, take courage. So just see how Kṛṣṇa is inducing Arjuna to fight. The Vedic kshatriya culture was such that a warrior would prefer to be killed on the battlefield rather than surrender. What to speak of giving up his weapons and running from the fight? What Arjuna was proposing was unheard of, impossible, ridiculous. It would make him the laughingstock of the entire Vedic empire. But people today are so ignorant of the Vedic Kshatriya tradition that they sometimes criticize that, Kṛṣṇa is provoking Arjuna. Arjuna is trying to be religious, non-violent, and Kṛṣṇa is encouraging him to fight. Now, this attitude does not understand the culture in which Arjuna and Kṛṣṇa were acting. This attitude is therefore called jada darshan. Jada darshan means material vision. Actually, jada means retarded, an idiot. Only an idiot would think that Arjuna was actually afraid of fighting. Arjuna was the greatest warrior in the world. If Arjuna was hesitating to fight, there must have been some very important purpose behind it. This purpose was to get Kṛṣṇa to speak Bhagavad-gita. So, who was provoking whom? Therefore, the esoteric teaching says, Ata Shri Kṛṣṇa namadi na bhaved gurahyam indriyai, sevon mukhe hi jivadao, svayam eva spuratyadaha. No one can understand the transcendental nature of the name, form, quality, and pastimes of Sri Kṛṣṇa through materially contaminated senses. Only when one becomes spiritually saturated by transcendental service to the Lord are the transcendental name, form, quality, and pastimes of the Lord revealed to him. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.234. So here it said, Shri Kṛṣṇa namadi. We can get in touch with Kṛṣṇa by chanting his name, Hare Krishna, or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That is the beginning of our connection with Kṛṣṇa. Nam Adi. So it says here, Ata Shri Kṛṣna Nam Adi. In the beginning, Adi means the beginning. Spiritual life begins with controlling the tongue. Become a vegetarian. Purify the tongue and chant the holy name of God, Kṛṣna, Govinda, or Vasudeva. In material consciousness, we have no connection with Kṛṣna. But if we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, or the Dvadasakshara Mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, immediately our consciousness begins to change, and our opportunity to contact Kṛṣna begins, due to our contact with transcendental sound vibration. This chanting process has to be practiced for some time. Not that you can chant once or twice and immediately realize Kṛṣna. That is not possible unless one is already very advanced from a previous lifetime. So, Shri Kṛṣna Nam Adi. Nam means name, but devotional service to Kṛṣna is not only chanting the holy name. Adi, that is the beginning. But to attain the pinnacle of self-realization, we also have to worship his transcendental form, glorify his transcendental activities, and so many other things. Shravanam kirtanam Vishnu, smaranam padasevanam, archanam vandanam dasyam, sakyam atma nivedanam. Hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him completely with the body, mind, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. Srimad Bhagavatam 7:5-23. So, Shravanam Kirtanam, hearing and glorifying or describing about Kṛṣna, his activities and so on, is the beginning of devotional service. Then there is Kṛṣna's beautiful transcendental form. Rupa means form. Nama, Rupa, Lila. Lila means pastimes. Guna means quality. Sangha means his entourage, his personal associates. All these aspects of Kṛṣna's appearance are transcendental. Nothing connected with Kṛṣna is material. But unless one knows the difference between material and spiritual, and can recognize the spiritual energy when we encounter it, we will not be able to appreciate Kṛṣna. Here's that shloka again. Ata Shri Kṛṣna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyai sevon mukhe hi jivadau svayam eva spuratyadaha. No one can understand the transcendental nature of the name, form, quality, and pastimes of Sri Kṛṣna through materially contaminated senses. Only when one becomes spiritually saturated by transcendental service to the Lord are the transcendental name, form, quality, and pastimes of the Lord revealed to him. Na bhaved graham indriyai. By our ordinary material senses, we cannot understand Sri Kṛṣna's name, his form, his pastimes, qualities, or entourage. If we rely on our bodily senses, we will mistake all these things for material objects. Therefore, transcendental knowledge of the absolute truth is required, and that knowledge also comes from Kṛṣna. Therefore, Kṛṣna speaks Bhagavad-gita to enlighten us. The first item of transcendental knowledge is the holy name of Kṛṣna, Vasudeva, Govinda, Bhagavan, and so many more. We are hearing Kṛṣna's holy name through oral reception, but in material consciousness, or without purification, we cannot really hear his name. Of course, by continually or regularly hearing the holy name over time, gradually our sense of hearing will be purified. But we have to help. Just like if I want to ignite a fire, I must help by drying the wood. The wood will catch fire very soon if it is kept dry. Similarly, simply chanting will always help us, but it will take time. If we chant regularly every day,